Chaz Louder, president of Sound of Hope Ministries. I'm a pastor, I'm a musician, I'm a broadcaster. A couple of years ago, I had this incredible opportunity to go to the Central American country, Belize. It was a trip where we did some training with fledgling broadcasters. One of the places we visited was an island paradise. When you think of a honeymoon destination, white sandy beaches, multi-million-dollar resorts, that's San Pedro. But just beyond the border of those resorts, there's incredible poverty, people living above raw sewage. At Sound of Hope, we love this quote from recording artist Sean Grove. It's oftentimes God's will is at the intersection of someone's need and my ability to meet that need. The need was all around. And I knew I had some gifts to offer, but the idea I had swirling in my head that wouldn't leave me alone, I knew I couldn't do it on my own. In this video, you're going to meet some of my closest friends and ministry partners, and maybe in the process, you'll be inspired to join us on a future trip.
Hi, I'm Pete Miles, Director of Instruments of Hope with Sound of Hope Ministries. Growing up, I had the opportunity to learn and play music in a band room just like this. Recently, I had another opportunity to visit San Pedro, Belize. They had sandy beaches and wonderful resorts. Right next to these resorts, however, were impoverished areas. These families often had no fathers, which made me think of my own dad. Being a band director, he stressed the importance of music in life. It has been shown through studies that music helps learning through brain development, hand-eye coordination, and even teamwork. Learn how to join our team by donating instruments or even coming along with us and teaching these children.
Like Pete, I started playing music at an early age, and the band room became a place of community for me. It was a great outlet for creativity, and I think eventually inspired a love for the creator of all things, God. There's also another incredibly powerful tool to impact the island with the Sound of Hope, and that's radio.
Hi, my name is Kim Davis, and I'm the director of Radio of Hope with Sound of Hope Ministries. One thing that I love about radio is that it goes where we can't, and it allows ministry to happen in places that we might not otherwise be able to make it to. In the U.S., we live in a media-saturated nation where we have lots of different types of media we can be involved in. But in third world countries like Belize, radio is still a very powerful new technology. For radio stations in Belize, it's not uncommon for them to operate with a skeleton crew of just a few employees, using donated equipment that's already been used, and they're always in need of more training because their volunteers usually don't work for very long before they leave. I took part in a couple of trips bringing equipment to stations in Belize and training some of their employees and volunteers. It's exciting to think about Christian radio in Belize because there are so many people who are interested in what we have to say, and even though the harvest is plentiful, the workers are few. So if you're interested in music, radio broadcasting, or you just like to play around on GarageBand on your computer, connect with us about taking part in one of our next trips. With your help, Christian Radio in Belize can encourage someone just like you in their time of need through the Sound of Hope.
Everything we do at Sound of Hope comes out of our vision verse. It's Romans 10:17, which says, "So faith comes through hearing the good news of Jesus Christ." You've heard from my friend Pete about the Instruments of Hope music program. It's our way of intentionally building relationships in the community through our love of music and developing faith while we do that. You heard from Kim about ways we can encourage that community through Christian radio. And lastly, the way we want to encourage spiritual growth and a love for Jesus and community is through our Houses of Hope. It's our house church program, something that's near and dear to my heart, something that the three of us have found a lot of life in the United States in the last few years. And we want to take this, what seems like a trendy new model, and it's really an ancient model, to Amber's Key and San Pedro. If you think about the New Testament, churches like the Galatians, or Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, or the book of Romans, these letters that Paul wrote were not to large mega churches you think of today. They're written to people, a group of people of maybe 20 or less. We're going to take that model of a community that's truly praying for one another, loving one another, sharing life with one another, and bring that to Amber's Key. You've heard our vision. It's a simple one, but an impossible one, that everyone would hear the hope we have in Jesus. Our mission is how we go after that. We do that through music, through media like radio, and in authentic faith communities. We've built Sound of Hope around the gifts that we can offer.
But maybe your gift is different. Whether you're a handyman, a computer geek, a stay-at-home mom, an athlete, or fill in the blank, you've got a gift to share, and you can impact other people's lives in a way that's uniquely you.
With your help, we may be able to expand this list of abilities so even more people will experience the
Sound of Hope
in Jesus.
In Jesus, we're going to go with Dan. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Sound of Hope in Jesus.